till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up, what up, what is up? Welcome into Pregaming here with Sports Money, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. You already know what we do. Get that cash. Try to make that money. Stack it high. Let it fly. Coming off a pretty decent night. Not a great night. Dana White Contender Series, not the best for me. Boys did well. But look, Major League Baseball, okay. Kansas City, disappointed. We talked about the strategy, though. I bet that thing, if it's tied late in the game, you get a better number. So maybe you caught that win. Gave that out live on the show. It was like minus 115. Boy, call that. The play. Should have gone Toronto first 5, Boston full game. So we split those two. Down a little bit of the vig there, but what a call that was. Damn. And then Boston just busted it wide open after that first 5 and never looked back. The under 8, I know a lot of us were on that in the Atlanta game. Easy money. And the White Sox first 5 under 4.5. No sweat bet. So that was a lot of fun. Sadly, though, we did lose both parlays. We lost our 5-leg player prop parlay. We lost the hip to be square parlay. So, profit is profit. We'll take it. We'll move on to the next day and hope for even better results here. But we've had nice, I think we're 4. I got to go back and look. I think we're 4 or 5 winning days in a row now. And things have been a lot of fun. That's what we're here to do, is have some fun. And listen, if you're not having fun, if you feel anxious, if you're getting angry, just take a step back for a couple days. Take a couple of breaths. And then come back. We're going to be flying high and trying to get that money. So we got a lot of fun coming on deck here. This starts the taping. We're going to record First Strike tonight with the fellas. We got tomorrow college football. Try to get back in the game with college football and get some winners there. And then Friday, the NFL public service announcement. Early UFC on Saturday. In fact, I think the first fight is at 12:15 in the afternoon. So college football going to intertwine all day with the UFC. So that should be a ton of fun. Looking forward to that. Looks like a good card. Looks like a good college football card too. So, man, we're going to make some money. I'm excited about what's happening here. If we can kind of navigate through those first couple of days profitable, then we can kick ass and take some names and really, really have a big week. So I feel like that's what we're in store for this week. Again, difficult with Major League Baseball, trying to find those spots, who's playing for what, why, when, what the hell, and everything else. Then we've got the WNBA. Got some WNBA on play today. I'm excited about those 2 spots. And no parlay, but I'm going to give you guys a ribeye play of the day that looks real juicy. Looks real nice. I think it's going to be a good hit for us. And it's around plus 225. And of course, we're going to sprinkle that home run at plus, I want to say that's 675. I don't know how we'll get to it when we get to it. But for Major League Baseball, we do got to get moving. We've got early action out there. We're going to look at the Reds and the Guardians, the Royals and the Nationals, the Red Sox and the Jays, Bowden Francis. He might make the lineup for me. It wasn't his fault the team lost. Lost. Had to look at the time. Had to look and see what time we were at. We're going to go Angels, White Sox again. And as I mentioned, we got a ribeye and action in both the WNBA playoff games. They start the first one at 7:30. So we've got plenty of time. If you're just getting in, get yourself settled down. Maybe you had a long day at work. Maybe you're trying to figure out what the dinner plan is. We're going to help you figure out where to put your money and try to get that cash today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Definitely need your guys' support. Need the help as we continue to grow this thing. We're all trying to make that money. And I feel like tonight we do have assembled the crew, the best crew in the business, gets together here at 6 p.m. right here to give you guys their best looks, their best bets. So get that pen and paper ready. You're going to want to write down some of these trends and angles. Man, we saw some great football trends yesterday, some future looks out there as well. That's the kind of stuff you got to take note and jot down. You never know when those things circle themselves back, and you need to remember, what was that trend again? And then last but not least, make sure you guys do put your best bets in the chat so we can talk about it. Some call it butt rubbing. I just enjoy talking to you guys, seeing what you are on. So let's do just that. Let's get into this thing here because we got work to do. Like I said, 6:40 start. In fact, again, a bunch of early baseball games. I'll tell you, I looked at this card. One spot on the entire card looked like an over to me. Two. I lied. But the one number is 7.5, down from 8.5. So I don't like to see that. Although it is a full move now. So it is that full unit or full number. The other, late, Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. Every other game on the card looks like a dead under to me. And so those are always tough days because I say it, sometimes it does work out to our favor, but I don't want to just get involved in a bunch of unders. Sometimes we need to get the sides in there as well. So try to get creative. I'll tell you, we do have a casualty of games on the day, a weather-related casualty in the Braves and the Mets. I had 4 bets in that game. So an hour ago when I'm looking at the card going, wait, where the hell did that game go? I don't want to say I scurried. I don't know. I had to find more action. Certain number of plays I like to have on a daily basis. You guys have heard me say it before. I like to get to that 10 number. Comfortable with that. Winning percentages and managing the bankroll to be able to capitalize and build. Even if we're grinding on a 6-4 day, it's still a profitable day. And so that's kind of the number that I try to obtain. But I'm excited because we got hockey around the corner. We've got the NBA around the corner. And there's going to be a lot more ability for us to be selective. Don't have to go out there and play 10 spots in an MLB card because we'll have 4 different sports going on at the same time. So that's where I'm excited for here. It is now Wednesday, September 25th. So excited to get into this card with you guys. Let's see what the chat has going on. Our guy is back to numero commenter number 1. Number 1 comment there. 99.5%. We'll tip him back up to 0.5%. 99.5%. He likes that Giants and Diamondbacks over as well. There we go. There's a little synchronization with my guy, Joe T. Got himself a fresh haircut. He's looking good. He's cashing overs. And he likes that Giants and Diamondbacks game, as I had mentioned. One of only 2 that I like on the card. So like to see that I'm aligned with my guy, Joe T. Shout out to NJ Striker. Justin McCalvy's in the house. The sports money is money. NJ Striker says, hey, pregame and family. There's Redbeard. Redbeard in the house. Talk sports with JT's giving us some action here. That's what I like to see, guys. Let's go. Let's go. He's got Bryce Harper. Uncle Brycey. Philly's favorite son. Or 3rd favorite son. Right? You know the list in Philly. The favorite sons of Philadelphia. Benjamin Franklin. Jalen Hurts. Bryce Harper. Those are the 3 favorites. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm off. Tell me I missed the mark somewhere. Anyways, he's got Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases. Caitlin Clark under 7.5 assists. She did not have her finest game the other day. We will talk about that as well. And under assists isn't a bad play. If they're going to win, she's going to have to grind. And they are backs against the wall. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Old E, my guy. You got to be safe down there, brother. He says, bat in the hatches, ladies. Florida fixing to be wet for a few days. I heard that, man. It'd be interesting to see what that does to the college football landscape this weekend. Lots of Florida games right in the projected track. So be careful, my friend, Old E. Bat in the hatches indeed. Shout out to Marco Carrasco's in the house. Chrisella, Cliff Yang. Let's go, you guys. KV's rocking with us here. She got the Durant total bases in Boston. She got Pittsburgh Reynolds, -177, 1 hit. Soto hit parlay together for plus 139. I like that. I like Soto. He's got himself an advantageous matchup out there. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I just looked at him. Yeah. Zach Eflin, 17 of 34 in Juan Soto's career against Zach Eflin. But he does have 2 home runs. He's gotten 2 bases 4 times. He's gotten K'd 8 times. And he's been walked 5 times. 1.344 OPS. Yeah, I was looking at some Juan Soto today. Absolutely, I knew where those numbers were coming from. Let's go. Let's go indeed. And Reynolds. Reynolds is in a very similar spot with the Brewers. I had a tough time pulling the trigger on that Brewers one simply because I think that game's an under as well. In fact, that was a last cut. Last cut. There's a little free last cut for you guys. I don't know if you like to hear about the last cuts or not, but the Brewers and the under. Well, the under, not the Brewers and the under, but the under was the play that I was looking at there. Just feel like, well, that last game, Pittsburgh just seems toast. But definitely some advantages for that under. KD also says Clark over 2 threes at minus 177 as a parlay. Over 3 threes. She's laddering. She's playing the ladder game. That's exactly right. She went 2 of 13 last game. Had a bad game. Fucked around and found out. She got 90 spotted. That team put up 92 points against her? Woof. Can't wait to talk about that with you guys. Marco Carrasco says J-Ram, Juan Soto, and Salvo Perez blast off tonight. The Ribeyes in a late spot, so we'll be able to add that one. I'm curious your guys' opinions with that. I'll tease it this way. It's in the Padres-Dodgers game. There you go. Padres-Dodgers game. Little RBI home run action, Padres-Dodgers. I hope it is. I hope I didn't just screw that up. That would be bad. Yeah. We're good. I'll tease the wrong tease. Jeez. What kind of tease is that? This is rude. KV likes some dogs. Oh, you know this. When she got that, they run line factors out there, right? Pittsburgh -1, Cincy -1, Miami -1. Big score for that Miami spot. Big score for all of them. We'll be talking about one of those games. We will talk about one. It's like the under 8. Cincy, Cleveland. Under 8 as well. Coming in, giving us the goods, KV. We appreciate you rocking with us. Jerry Davis in the house. David Wallace says, what is up? Let's get paid today, indeed. Jerry Davis likes the Connecticut Sun and the under. I'm assuming that's the money line, Connecticut Sun. Maybe I shouldn't assume. There's Nasty Nate, a.k.a. the wrench, a.k.a. the mechanic. Guys got more wrenches than a mechanic. We appreciate Nasty Nate rocking with us. Red Sox smashed last night. I think he told us that. Or I'm assuming he told us that. It's almost Celtic smash season, Nasty Nate. The Futon Bets likes Caitlin Clark under 33.5. Points, rebounds, and assists. Sup, buddy? Let's get this cash, my guy. Sup, buddy? Appreciate you rocking with us. Let's go. Let's go. Talk Sports with JT says she's been getting over the number, but against the team she's going against only 1 out of 5 or 6 times. Interesting. Mitch in the house, my dude. Mitch is rocking with us. Says, damn, Raiders killed me in the survivor pool down to under 400 people. I know. I don't think anybody's left from our group, Mitch. I think we talked about that last night. I didn't see anybody left, but I think it's next week. Next week, the second chance survivor starts. Not this week coming up, but I believe it's the next week. So you guys will have some opportunities to get in there. We'll do some giveaways. We'll do some giveaways for the UFC on Saturday. We'll give away a couple of second chance survivor pools. I believe that, well, obviously the prize structure changes, but total of $25K in prizes for the second chance survivor. So disappointed. We all got it out of our system, but now we can come back in fresh, recharged, and ready to go. Nasty Nate says, hit the like and y'all survive all the weather. Let's go out there. Chris Sala likes Caitlin Clark. 3+3s. Super boost at plus 100 on DraftKings. Reynolds has to say, yeah. In fact, he does. In fact, 2 players with RBIs and home run plays for me today. Reynolds is the other one. Pretty consistent performer out there against Freddie Peralta. Jay Main's in the house. Let's go. KV says, always reasons why I pick the hitters I do homework. Of course. We're not just coming in with auto picks, right? Let's go, KV. Dana Delp. Well, sometimes there's auto picks. Sometimes we see Jose Barrios on the road between the 125s and we automatically play his ass. That's right. That's what we do. Dana Delp says, sup, Mikey? Sup, Dana Delp? Jay Main in the house. KV says, Pittsburgh rock Peralta twice. There's Steve back, ready for action. Says, I haven't really capped or watched the WNBA much this year, but random thought. Does the WNBA want the Clark story to last a bit longer? We will see. We will see. KV. Amen. Pittsburgh, Reynolds, Soto, 1 hit. Keep that on the screen for you guys. Keep that up there. Let's go. Dana Dupp likes to Nerfy in Cincy and Cleveland. I should have looked to see if my Nerfy parlay cashed yesterday. I know I was up. What up, Jay Peasy? Speaking of being up, says, what up, motherfuckers? Let's go. Parlayed the Mariners with the under today. F those unders. Need some get back. Let's go. Hugh Janus in the house says, let's get paid, pimp. Justin McKelvey says the Phillies are up 1-0. Who scored it? Who scored it is what we want to know. Trey Turner. Why not? Why not Trey Turner? Man, oh man. Phillies are looking good. Phillies are looking good. Speaking of looking good, this card I think looks good tonight for us. Shout out to G, my guy, Guillermo Sartucci in the house. Appreciate you rocking with us, dude. Thank you. Let's get to work. Let's get some cash. This is where the money begins and we get ourselves paid. So let's go. Shit. There's a tough start. I realize I added one of these pieces and I didn't play it yet. Bear with me. No way we're done by 6:40. Sometimes I think I guess there's a way we could be done by 6:40. Sometimes I get to that point and I'm like, oh shit, forgot. I don't want to forget. So now we're not forgetting. Let's go. Shout out to Chosen One in the house. Oldie, I see you, my dude. Chosen One likes the Red Sox money line. Red Sox smash. Nasty Nate. Red Sox smash and smash the thumbs up button. Let's go. Joe T giving some preseason hockey. Fucking more overs. Capitals, Devils over 6. Blues and the Blue Jackets over 6. Can't wait for hockey season to start, man. We're just down to 8 or 9 days, I think is the deal out there. I think 8 or 9 days. Oh, Bo Jackson, my guy, the resident Toronto Blue Jays whisperer in the house. Says tonight's the last time. Oh, I just remembered. I got to text my dude. Yeah. Nut flush. Got that new phone. I don't know what made me think. Well, I said whisper. Our Toronto Blue Jays whisper is what I said. Tonight's the last time the Jays will wear the City Connect jerseys this season. FYI, I already cashed the Red Sox the last 2 games. Shout out to my dude Subhuman Gaucho in here. Let's go. Anyone see the Utah Hockey Club's barn? No. What's it look like? Game number 1. Let's get to business. Let's get paid. We got a card to get through here. Want to keep a brisk pace, keep everybody getting back to what they do, whatever that happens to be. This time of the day, this time of the week, this time of the month. 3-0 Phillies now busting up the Cubs. Glad I didn't take the Cubs. Yeah, Sub says, what's it like, Chris? I haven't seen it either. I'm curious. Is it where they held the Olympics? They're not right in Salt Lake, are they? I haven't, honestly, that Arizona team, and the only thing I knew about the Arizona team was their move to Utah. I stopped paying attention to them a while ago, and I'm curious. I always like a new team coming in, although they're technically not a new team, right? They kind of got fucked in that deal. Could have had an expansion team and then had some playoff potential. All right, let's go. Reds and Guardians, game number 1 here. We got some action pouring in on the Cleveland Guardians, figuring they're a playoff team. Kind of surprising. Minus 154 opening line. Minus 137 current line. 85% of the bets and 93% of the cash on the Guardians. And it's plummeted 20 or so cents. And the total's got 90% of the bets and 84% of the cash on the over. And yet that one has come down as well. Looking at these two spots here, Walters for the Guardians. He's going to get himself an opportunity to get out there and throw the ball around. I don't know if it'll be just an opener or if he's actually going to get the go here, but a little bit of a change of pace here because it was Cantillo. I don't know. There's a pizza place around here called Pontillo's. I know it's fucking fantastic, but I'm assuming that's Cantillo at 4.63. Now, here comes Andrew Walters, relief pitcher. I'm assuming he's a start. I think he's an opener. I think that just happened too. So I can't even give any reasonable information on that other than I know it's good for a K. He's got 5 in his last 5 starts. He's good for a K. But the place on this thing here, when I look at Jakob Junis, here's a guy with a 3.26 ERA away, obviously a 2.61 overall for the season. So not quite his favorite places to play, but he did just go 6 and he showed command and control. He got 6 Ks. He got 1 earned run only. No walks, no homers. Certain things you want to see when you're trying to get involved with some of these pitchers. And I double dipped this one. I like the Reds in this spot. I love the reverse line movement going along with it here. The Guardians versus righties. And this is ultimately how I led to the Reds play as well. Right, that should say plus 125. That was the number I got. The last 30 days, they are 4-19 to the under against right-handed pitchers. They're 8-1 to the under at home. They're also sitting there with a Jakob Junis 5-0 to the under in his starts. Well, if all those Cleveland numbers against righties are going under, I'm going to get me on some Reds action. Now, they have an 82 WRC plus in the month of September, but look, the overall situation here, 3.6 to 2.4 is the average score in those 30 days of Guardians unders that we've seen out there. I don't know. Just don't think they have shit to play for here. I think this is a great reverse line movement opportunity for us to catch this Reds team with an under pitcher that should show command and control. That's how we're going to open the card. That's the way we're going to get paid and get to the bank with this one. Big under spots. And I want to fade on this Cleveland Guardians team with all that money on coming in on a playoff team. And yet the books are making it more attractive. Give me the Jakob Junises out there to go mow them down, show that control. And it's a double dipper because I did like the under. So I added that red spot as one of the spots because that Braves game decimated my action tonight. So shame on me. I knew there was a high potential it wasn't going to go. And I still bet it. So I spent all that time prepping for it, getting ready for it. And damn, if that didn't stink. But it is what it is. Irish Kings in the house says, I got the -1.5. Voodoo Rangers is Indiana Fever. Boston getting the double-double tonight. Let's go. Chris Salas says, limited seats behind the bench and nothing behind the nets. You can Google it. I'll have to Google it after we're done with the show to check out what's cooking there. Let's go, Derek B. Says, what's up, Big Mike? Etta, back to school for my daughter. Still won't miss the show, my dude. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to make a comment out there. I'd love to see you guys all making comments. Let's hear from all you guys, see what's going on. But appreciate Derek B. at the school, back to school gathering, but still making time to come in and hang out with us and talk about W's. Chris Salas says he believes it's the Delta. Oldie says Harper and Castle. Got one. Let's fucking go. All right, let's go. Let's go on to this next game. Move this thing around here. Like I said, disappointed. Now, I live bet it. So I had 3 live bets last night during the show, and they went 2-1. So not too shabby. It's funny because if you guys were watching that Dana White Contender Series with us, I didn't realize that WNBA game had started, and I tried to give out that. I was waiting on that under all night. The damn thing moved like 20 points from where it opened. So we took that number, obviously. Didn't it come down to it, though? It literally was like right around the initial number. I think I even said that was like, this game will probably still end up right around that 150, 160 mark. So sure enough, nailed that one. But Kansas City -1 was a push. Was able to live bet them. Shout out to Old E, gifting us a sports money membership. My brother, thank you so much. Growing the community, helping us rock this thing, man. Appreciate you always being here, Old E. My brother, thank you for gifting. If you guys do get that gifted membership, pay it damn forward. Subhuman gets it. Fucking guy. He better pay it forward. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Oldie. Appreciate you, dude. Rocking with us. Skunt Blaster. The Skunt Bag. Play of the day guy coming in here. Likes the Nats. First 5 money line. All right, let's get into this one. Noli knows in the house. Noli, I got one for you, brother. I got one right here. We're taking the under in that Cleveland game. Let's get it, my dude. You know it. Let's go. Shout out to Noli Knows rocking with us. Appreciate him coming in. Let's go, KC. Noli, I don't know if you caught the start of the show here, but I looked at this card and there was 2 spots I thought were overs, and I thought everything else was an under, and it made me think of you. So I hope that you were thinking the same thing here. 6:45 p.m. So we got 17 minutes till first pitch in the Royals and the Nationals game here. We got 68% of the bets and 91% of the cash on the Royals. And we've got correlated line movement. It's now moved to -135. Here's another game with the under written all over it. Open up at 8, down to 7.5. Reverse line movement. 85% of the bets and 84% of the cash on the over. Tough, man, because I was not a big fan of Michael Lorenzen when he came out of that Texas Rangers bullpen. I think the reason I wasn't a big fan is because he burned me. He burned me. But he's rallied. He's got a 7-6 record on the season. And he's holding them down. It's pretty consistent. 3.43 ERA overall. It does balloon up a little. I don't even want to say balloon. That's not a fair number, but goes up to 3.72 when he's on the road. The guy's been dealing. He's got 3 straight wins. Yeah, one of them's against the Angels, but he shut them out 3-0. Went 7 innings in that game. Goes 6-1 win against Cleveland for 1.2 innings pitched August 27th. We haven't seen him since. So we do have a little coming back from rehab recovery situation. And some guys get concerned about that. You know, I know everyone's got a different strategy when it kind of comes to what was the injury, what was the situation going on. We got Hers on the other side, though. Now, he does pitch a little better at home, but can't catch the wins. He's got a 3-5 record at home, 4-8 overall. He's got a 4.3 overall ERA, as I mentioned, at 3.78. But the thing is, he's been shit in the bed down the stretch. His last game, 3.1 innings pitched. He allows 6 hits, 7 runs, 7 of them earned. Walks 3 dudes. No home runs, I guess, was the bright spot for that guy. But it did strike out 5 players. That was a 10-0 blasting against the New York Mets. Is it a bounce back candidate? Or is it just regression time? Because that's pretty much who he is. My assessment, I looked at this game and thought, again, another potential for and under. Do I think that he shoves? Do I think Hers shoves? No, I just don't expect the Nationals to be able to find enough get up and go. That's kind of where the relay was for me with this one here. And it has a lot to do with the KC streak. When they're road favorites for a reason. They're 11-0 in that road favorite role. They're putting Lorenzen back out there. They're taking the shot that this guy's going to help him potentially be, help him maybe, I don't know. Is he going to make the starting 4 for the postseason? But I like it. I like they bounced back yesterday. Obviously, they had to deal with that rain start. Them Royals did. But 11-0, my gosh. You know, you look at overall kind of that situation. That was a big one because we talked about it. They shit the bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight losses. But when they do pick up wins, they tend to get them in bunches, 2s and 3s and 4s. I think they bounce back. I think they know what they're doing by putting Lorenzen in there because they also expect this Nationals team not to be able to hit. So what a spot to get this guy's confidence in place. Take some Royals action out there. Let's see what you guys got saying out there. No, he's got it. There we go. There we go. He's got the skull out there, baby. Let's go. Dead under. You guys are funny, man. I see it. Jerry Davis says, is this for the Nats game? He says yes. Nats first 5. Yeah, I like that under. Yeah. The Royals have been struggling to score themselves. Back-to-back shutouts. We talked about that yesterday, too. Want to take a team that just got shut out. Well, the Nats did get shut out, but only once. They had doubles for the KC side of things here, but I think they can get back on track against hers. Again, I don't expect this thing. This is 7.5 down from that 8 for a reason. Ramon Scott, my dude in the house, host of the Morning Steam. Hope you guys get a chance to check that out. He shares all kinds of great information early in the day. My favorite morning show to watch. Get up, grab a cup of coffee, listen to Ramon, start working on the card for the day. Love to get the insight that he shares with us. It says the Mets Braves postpone the next 2 days. The Mets could be facing a game in Milwaukee on Sunday, then a doubleheader in Atlanta on Monday, then travel to San Diego for a week. That's great information, Ramon. Why do I sound surprised when I say that? Shouldn't sound surprised. You always got great information, Ramon. I would be taking San Diego in that series regardless. Only makes me like it even more. It's interesting. That is interesting. Jerry Davis, Royals 8, WRC 8 plus against left-handed pitchers. Scott says the Mets are fucked. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, let's go. So we got the KC Royals in the house. KC and the Royals band. I was going to say KC and the Sunshine band, but that don't make a lot of sense. All right. Here we go. I laughed when I saw the matchup this morning. I guess I don't really look at the matchups too far in advance. Sometimes I do. If there's only baseball going on, I'll take a look and say, well, how does the lineup look for the series? I did want to start doing more series betting for baseball this year, so I guess I'll tuck that away for next year. But this one here, Ricky Fitz. Who the fuck is Ricky Fitz? I feel like that's a guy that my brother and I used to talk about back in the day. I don't know who this dude is. He's got that 0-0 ERA for the Red Sox. Gets an opportunity. Got to do what you can with it. And he went out there and he played 5 innings the last start there. He's been the guy that they've put into the rotation as they're trying to kind of figure out the pieces they have. Now, it said something that they were willing to put this guy in, even though they were kind of still in that playoff battle. But he lost 7-2 to the White Sox, went 5.2 innings, gave up 6 hits to that White Sox team. Was that the streak breaker? Was that the one where there were like 28 straight losses or some shit like that? I don't know. Then he followed up. He loses 5-4 to the Yankees. Then he loses 4-2 to the Twins. The other side, you guys know the deal. It's Gausman. It's Gausman and he's home. What do we do with Gausman when he's at home? Why do I get so excited when I say that too? Yeah, he's got a 3.91 ERA. His ERA at home is 5.26. It's not just an arbitrary assessment that this guy fucking terrible at home. He's terrible at home. And he came off of a good performance. What a better time to fade a dude than now. Now, I do believe, 5 no-hit innings for that fucking guy. What? Where the hell did that come from? In that last game that he played out there, and I believe that was a game we were on. I can't remember if we were on Texas. I don't remember. Oh, I think it was the over. And we got bludgeoned because he went out there and threw 5 no-hits, expecting him to play like shit. Couple thoughts, couple stats, couple numbers for you guys. This is why I love it. This guy's 12-3 to the over at home, Kevin Gausman. 12-3 to the over. We were fucking riding that thing like a pony this season, and we've been cashing for it. Now, the weird thing for me with this game, this is where I couldn't quite make sense. Why is this total sitting at 7.5, down from 8.5? So we got the line opened up, Jays at -142. It's moved to -130. We have 77% of the bets, but we have 90% of the cash on the Jays. Its line has come down. Then we see the 8.5 has dropped to 7.5 for the full game. But we have 77% of the bets and 69% of the cash on the over. Tells me somebody's not going to shove or somebody's not going to hit. And we just saw Gausman go 5 innings of no-hit ball with a huge under that they won. I wanted to get involved in the Red Sox with this game. I just been struggling. In fact, I wrote this one down on my phone because I was at the store earlier. Well, I was knee driving as I was going to the store, and unfortunately, it was because I don't need to own up to not looking at the road, do I? Divisional dogs versus the Blue Jays are a nice 32-13. AL teams at home. We talked about the AL East at home versus the road. I just feel like I don't think I've gotten on the right side of the side for this Toronto-Boston series. I'm not going to try to get that one today. I'm just going to take the team total over 3.5. That's a full game team total. First 5 sitting at 1.5. I get it. I'm cool with it. Makes sense to me. What are we going to see from Gausman? Is he going to go 5 no-nos again? 5 no-hitters? Let up only 1 or 2 runs? I don't know. These are just low. This is a low number. I can't not take advantage of the Gausman home overs, though. Like I told you guys, 12-3. I just don't get why the total's 7.5. I just don't get it. But I'm going to take that 3.5, the team total over 3.5, and I got it at -110. So that'll be how we're going to get paid in that game. Speaking of getting paid, we got some factors rolling, huh? We got that first 5 under again in that White Sox yesterday. I get excited because there's been some of these spots where it's like we've just been fucking on them and cashing. And, that was the coin flip. Do we take the White Sox or the Angels? We don't take the White Sox when they're -105, and that was 2 shit teams playing each other. Remember we talked about, well, I think you guys even corrected me. Somebody scolded me and said, to call the White Sox a shit team is disrespectful to the other shit teams. I remember it. I thought that was one of the funnier comments of the day. And here we go with Martin versus Suarez. I don't know how I've become a Suarez fan. The guy's got a 6.08 ERA, is a 1-2 pile of shit. Not his fault, though, because of the team. But then we got Martin with a 0-5 record. He's got a 4.27 ERA. It swells to 5.06 at home. This is the proverbial bum fight. What do you do? How do you play it? What are we going to do with this one? Can't get involved in the first 5. I guess I could. But if I was going to, it would have to be on the Angel side of things here. This is one where I'm taking the price with this one. The White Sox are 0-9 in the last 9 Davis Martin starts. They can't win for this fucking guy. And then you look at Suarez, and I said, as far as Suarez, I don't know how I became a fan of the guy because I think he was the guy that single-handedly got the Angels on the shit list for me. You guys remember? We still have the shit list. There just hasn't been any notable candidates to fire on there just yet. But yeah, 1-4 in his last 5 starts. But look, all starts aren't created equal. All unders aren't created equal. All starts aren't created equal. The Arizona Diamondbacks, he loses 9-4. He loses to the San Francisco Giants 13-6. He loses back-to-back starts against the Astros 5-3 and then 3-1. His only win was against that Minnesota Twins, 6-2. He hasn't been going deep either. He's starting to rebound, though. He went 2.2, he's going to get busted up. 4 earned runs against the Diamondbacks, 5 against San Francisco. Then he's gone on a stretch of zeros. So despite playing Houston twice, who are in absolute playoff powerhouse mode right now, hasn't given up a run in 3 starts. It's impressive. Also, when you look at who's going to hit and who's not, data would suggest it's the Angels. They got a 19-point increase over the WRC plus their last 14 days over the White Sox. So they're hitting better. And the White Sox are being outscored 6-2 in these games. That's 6-2, and the inability. This is why I didn't go on the first 5, in case you guys were like, well, what, you normally play the first 5 or the side or the under. This is 2 shit teams, and I need every single bat I can get out of them. That's what it comes down to. I don't have the confidence that either of these pitchers can hold them off in the first 5. If I was going to take a side, it would be the Angels' first 5, but I'm just going full game here. I like the price for this one. It's at -116. How could you take the White Sox? Especially after yesterday, kind of bouncing back. And, we're seeing this number start to pop back up, though. It's now moved up to -117. So 65% of the bets and 90% of the cash on the Angels. Starting to come back here. It did drop that 5 cents, but I'm going to believe in Jose Suarez. I think he's got a shot to, I don't want to say bounce back, because the guy, he's done his job. 3 scoreless games, 3 earned run games. They just can't hit. Now you can argue, well, if you're playing teams that can't hit, what are you doing here? Well, that and I'm riding the 0-9 streak here. The White Sox coming off of that last game that they had there with the Angels. Yeah, it was ugly, but they won. And they're a bad team. So they got their win. But we did talk about that yesterday. Bad teams, the last week of the season, they're winners, right? We talked about that as an overall trend and strategy. But let's move on. I babbled enough on that one. It's hard to justify. It's just a good sell, John, right? I got to give you a good reason why I'm taking the Angels here. And it can't just be the White Sox stink. I mean, we get it. But there were some numbers that back that one up. So let's go. I promised you guys a ribeye. We're going to eat a little red meat. Now, it's funny. I went on Sharpie's show yesterday. Cashed 2 of 4. 2 of 4 ribeyes yesterday. But I did say put them in a round robin. The round robin parlay hit it. 12-1, I think. And was a 2.75 unit net day. Because we were playing bombs. We were taking shots. KV talked about doing the homework, trying to find the spots that match up and map up. And I think I got one of these here today for us. I'm looking at this game here. I'm looking at this Padres and Dodgers. Cease and Flaherty. Well, Cease has been an absolute fucking flamethrower. He's got a 3.75 ERA on the road. He's 4-1 in his last 5 starts. Talk about not letting any earned runs. He's on back-to-back games where he hasn't thrown an earned run. San Francisco and Houston. So I ain't fucking with him. Not going to fuck with that guy. Because I do think he's a flamethrower, and I do think he goes out there and gasses him tonight. But go on the other side and take a little Jack Flaherty action in my life here. Can't believe I'm saying that, but here's a guy that does show some command and control issues right now. His last 2 starts, 4 runs against Atlanta, 3 runs against Miami, both on the road. So he's coming back home for the first time. But that Miami game, that was the 20-4. It was ugly. Beyond ugly. I think that's going to get in this dude's head. I think it is. I mean, it only counts as 1 loss for him, but it was damn awful, right? It was as bad as it gets, literally. And then we found that angle to play the next game. Remember when we took the Marlins and said a team that wins by 20 or more and a team that lets up 50. I forgot the exact numbers, but it was ugly. But I got to go to this guy. Give me a little Profar action. He's 4 of 8 against Flaherty in the career. Those hits are 2 doubles or 2 doubles or 2 home runs. So the expectation I had here is Flaherty should get touched. Should at least get some guys on base. And we're seeing this guy's a 500 hitter out there against Flaherty. And when he hits, he gets multiple bases. That should be good enough to have somebody trot their ass on in across the plate. So it's a full unit for me on the 225. I thought that was a stupid number. Guy's got a 2.0 OPS. They're busting out I don't get it. So I got the 225 for a full unit. I did put a half a unit on the home run as well because of those 2 bombs that he's hit out there. I thought, you know what, if he's going to get at least 2, I mean, there's probably a bunch of ways to play this guy in all fairness. Double bases, maybe a stolen base. This guy should fucking mop him up. But overall, I'm banking on him to get the home run for that half a unit. And theoretically or strategically, I guess when you look at the reason why this is, a half a unit pay you 3 units. If you get the full unit on, the side or the RBI side of things, you still get 1.75 units if he only gets the RBI, right? And if he gets the home run, you automatically cash the RBI. So you just made almost 10 units by investing 1.5 units on a guy that's fucking 500 against a guy that just went out there and was a gas can. It's the best way I can describe it. It's the best way I can give it to you guys. All heat, no breaks. I think it's a good Profar day. And I love those props that the rest of the crew was throwing in there as well. 2 of 4 at plus money, round robin. Nice. Fuck yeah. Plus 200 and a plus 275 KB. Sadly, the plus 165 didn't hit. So it pays to take some shots. Today, we're going to take a shot. Going to give you guys no parlay. I'm going to give you the ribeye play of the day. That's at some good plus money. So again, man, if he gets a home run, we get almost 10 units. That's to me. I mean, I guess it probably should be more realistic. It's 8.5 units, right? If he gets the home run, we'll be up 8.5 units, but, or not quite, I guess. I'm saying that wrong. We'd be up almost 5.5 units is the number, but still good money. I think that's still a good opportunity. Like the opportunity to play that one. I like the opportunity to play some WNBA today as well. I was a little apprehensive to jump into the NBA here, WNBA, as the postseason started, because there's a lot of firsts, a lot of teams, a lot of first place teams, a lot of first, like Caitlin Clark, the bright lights of Caitlin Clark. They talked about that game, the most viewed game since it was the Caitlin Clark game was more viewed than all the rest of the WNBA games combined in the playoffs thus far. Big factor for her. And she's a big player. She deserves the bright lights. In fact, since that WNBA All-Star break, she has gone on that absolute tear. She's been a savage. She fell short. Now, when I say fell short, 93-69 is borderline fucking roasted, right? It wasn't pretty. And I'm sorry, I forgot who said it in the chat. If you put it back in there, I will fully recognize you again for it. But I believe in the narrative. I do. I think the league wants her to keep rolling. They can't not want all of those. I mean, I get it. They got busted up. The Fever versus the Sun. But here's the thing. Not just the narrative. It's not just the narrative that they don't want the Caitlin Clark story to end. It's the reality of the Sun. After the Sun scored 90 points, they're not follow-up teams to put up 90 points. Just one time have they gone back-to-back 90s. So their 93 points they scored last game, coupled with Caitlin Clark's shit in the bed, inflated this number for us to get us to a +6. Now, historically, 40% of the Suns' highest scoring games came against the Fever. But I mentioned that All-Star break. Only one 90-pluser against the Fever after June. So after Caitlin started getting her shit together, busting gear, things were rolling. It's +215 on the money line. Not saying to go out there and invest a truck on it, but at a +6 off a bad game in a spot where we don't see the Sun go back-to-back, I'm on it. Yeah, Chris says it too. Clark ain't rolling over. We're Caitlin Clark fans here. I'm an Angel Reese fan, but I learned the other day I don't have a shot. She only wants to date guys that are 6'8" or taller and play in the NBA. I'm 0-2. I'm 0-2 in that spot. And so I guess I got to go back. Now, I respect Caitlin Clark's basketball game, but if Angel Reese was willing to lower her standards just a little bit, like, hey, a guy that's 5'10" and used to play hockey, yeah, I check both those boxes. Ridiculous now, huh? It's ridiculous. All right, let's go. Last game of the night for you guys. WNBA game number 2. This is another one. The numbers don't add up for me. I got the Phoenix Mercury, the Minnesota Lynx, and damn, talk about some narratives in this one. Unfortunately, I don't have the splits, by the way. Let me check. They weren't in there earlier because let's see. Because these were playoff games beyond the originals there. They don't have the numbers for us, but it is game 2. We saw the Lynx win game 1. We know the deal. Brittany Griner, America's favorite outlaw, going out there and, boy, 102.95. Whoa. Why do I say whoa? Because the Lynx are an under team. Their last 10 games, only 2 of them had gone over the total. Those 2 teams they played were playoff teams, the Fever and the Liberty. Because this is an elimination game, I expect backs against the wall. I expect things to be tight. Now, do I think the Mercury advanced? No. Do I think they can cover? Yeah. But where I want to go with this one is I want to reverse the line movement here because this thing opened up around 160 and a half on some of the books. It's moved up to 161. Let me double check what the number is right now. I don't think this game leaves the 150s. The history and the charting of these two teams show that they're not. It's still at 161. So I do know that there was over action coming in earlier today before they took the numbers down for me. And I saw that it only moved a half a point. Red flag alert. A team that goes under in the Lynx should dominate and destroy this team in the Mercury. The Mercury did everything they could last game to try to compete. They still lost. They can't play that way again. They got to play some defense. We got an under team in the Lynx, a Mercury team that has to play defense. Their backs are against the wall. They're going to be playing the full game because they don't want to get eliminated, even though they probably are going to get eliminated. But I think the under's strong play for us in the WNBA in that second game. So much like we did last night, the late nighter, take the under. If you missed the 161, history shows that a lot of these first quarters go over, and we can peg a better number live by taking an extra 20 points on it, just like we did last night. So, if you're apprehensive about that under in that Lynx game because they just scored all those points that last game, think about this. They just put up almost a 200 spot. The line opened at 160 and a half, and it's only moved a half a point. Feels like the under is the right move there for us as well. And that's going to do it. That be our card, you guys. What do you think about that one? Oldie says, at Justin McKelvey, damn, he's on one. Is that Castellano? Castellano firing? The Futon Bets likes to link. How do you think the game goes? I'm not against that play at all. Not against that play at all. I just don't have a good history with first quarters, man. That's what kills me, frankly. I can't. I'm terrible. Whether it be NBA, WNBA, NFL, fucking bad. We had a winning day, and some asshole called me out for losing that first quarter under. I just don't like to split them like that. So, 1-0 Guardians. All right. We need that under. Need that under, guys. That's going to be the way that we finish the show today. Lots of work tonight. I got to get the boys round up so we can do the first strike shooting here. Give you guys 3 plays on this fight card. Again, reminder, it's an early Saturday. Early, 12:15. So, hey, the good news, you get all of our action for the entire day. It's not a bad deal. It's not a bad break, is it? We're going to give away some second chance survivor entries. And who knows what else we're going to do. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to make a lot of money. It's going to be a big day. It's going to end early, which is also a nice little bonus here to give a little Saturday night action. Maybe you tell the Mr. or Mrs. Let's plan on a nice late dinner. Maybe you go out for, here's the move. You go out for a little, cocktail and a couple apps around 10 o'clock. You had yourself a full day. You made a shit ton of cash, watched a late college football game. Just a couple apps. And, you don't want to eat too heavy at 10:30 at night, right? Just a couple apps. Maybe, I had some great ones on Sunday. And it put me in the app game. So, I don't know. Maybe you like calamari. I do. I take a little calamari action out there. Why not? Let's go. Shout out to all you guys. Justin, Futon, KV, Voodoo Ranger. So good to have you guys rocking here. Marco Carrasco. Appreciate all you guys. Futon Bet sharing the action. All you guys. Every single one of you guys that put a play in the chat. I love it. Thank you so much. You guys are what makes this thing tick, man. I say it, the best in the business assemble here. I ain't joking. Tell me I'm off. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's have a big winning night tonight. I see Kirk Gray, David Walls, Chris Sala. You guys in the South batten down the hatches. Get ready for the storm. And be safe. Step Back Jay rocking with us. Skunt Blaster, Irish King. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. It'll be 6 p.m. You know the deal. Look for First Strike to come out around 10 p.m. tonight. Ready to give you guys the goods for UFC Paris. Till later. Till tomorrow at 6 p.m. Good luck with your bets.